Hey everyone, welcome to the reading for today. We're going to see what's going on, what you need to know right now. It's a general reading. It could be past, present, or future. Okay, so you will know best how it resonates for you. And with that being said, let's jump right in, see what's going on today. What's in the current energy right now? We have the Ace of Pentacles coming out first. Three of Pentacles reverse, Hanged Man, and the Five of Cups. All right, so it looks like someone here is sad right now. Okay, we have a Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. All right, so we have some sort of an item here, evidence, maybe an object, okay, or a blessing of some sorts. There's no collaboration. There's no solution. There's no more teamwork here, okay? Somebody is stuck now, or they feel stuck. They don't have anyone to work with now. They don't have any help, okay? They don't have any kind of an ally or help anymore. That's why this person is sad and upset. Mourning something. What's the Ace of Pentacles? The Page of Swords and the Seven of Swords. Yeah, okay, so somebody came forward and they communicated something, or they came with a message, but they lied. All right. Or they tried to get away with something instead. All right, so we have, yeah, the Knight of Swords in reverse and the Magician in reverse. Somebody lied. All right. They manipulated something, or they tried to at least. They tried to get away with something. What's the Three of Pentacles reverse? Justice. Then now they're stuck. Okay. They got trapped in their own lie. And now they don't have a plan B, or they don't have any kind of help. The Hermit. Yeah, that's going to force them to go within. They're going to look at themselves, the world, because that's how the cycle ends right now, with them stuck. With them stuck in their own lie, okay? So this is kind of giving me, look, this is kind of giving me like somebody switching their story, all right? So let's take an interrogation, for example. Okay, it's like first someone says, no, I don't know anything about this, okay? And then they buckle under the pressure a little bit. There's this mini, tiny spider that is on my camera, and it's crawling around the lens, okay? So if you start seeing something in the camera, it's a little spider. I'm just gonna leave it there. Right, so interrogation. Okay, so first they say this, then they buckle under the pressure, then they want to tell the truth, but again, they only tell half truth. And then by the time the truth comes out, it's going to be like, you know, well, didn't you say this? Didn't you say that? Stuck in their own lies, right? Trapping themselves in their own lies, okay? Because anybody that gets caught lying multiple times is obviously not going to be credible anymore for anything that they say after that point, okay? So tell me about the Hanged Man. The Hierophant, yeah, this has to do with integrity and morals, okay? It has to do with doing the right thing. Doing the right thing. The Moon in reverse, yeah, putting everything out on the table. That's the only way out. It's like God has created a scenario where the only way to save yourself at this point is to tell the truth. That's it. Put everything out on the table and have morals, have standards, have some sort of like ethics, okay? But someone here is sad. The Eight of Cups. Yeah, leaving everything behind, okay? Or leaving behind what doesn't serve you anymore, giving something to God. Giving something to God, putting something in the divine's hands. What's the Five of Cups? The Five of Wands. Okay, a Queen of Wands. So now we have a Queen of Wands here with 55. All right, so that's an obstacle that's coming this person's way. Yeah, the truth. That's the truth, okay? Now a Queen of Wands is sad. Now, I don't know if this Queen of Wands thought that it would be enough to tell the truth about a fight. They're sad about something. We'll see. What's this Ace of Pentacles? They lied. Okay, a message. So, Queen of Wands, okay, whoever they are. They communicated something, they said something, but they tried to lie about an item, okay? Or they tried to manipulate it. They tried to get away with something here. They didn't tell the truth. They gave false information, and that's why they're under judgment now, all right? Because apparently this person thought it would be enough to only give 20%. It wasn't enough. What's the Ace of Pentacles? Love call. Yeah, something on the phone. Not today. Okay, so something about phone messages, phone calls, and this person that was avoiding something. They didn't want to do something, all right? They didn't want to deal with it. They wanted to avoid it, a conversation on the phone. And this has to do with some sort of passionate energy, okay? The truth. Now the truth is going to come out. Clarity, truth, and revelation. Time. Now it's time. Okay, time's up. The truth about some sort of timing, or the truth about, I don't know if this is a time stamp, all right, even on screenshots possibly, or something on the phone, okay? What did the Queen of Wands get caught doing here? I feel like she got caught in a lie. She got caught trying to defend the past. Okay, so that's not accountability, right? If you want to take accountability, then you got to tell the truth, okay? Even if it makes you look unfavorable, even if you got to admit to things that you'd rather not admit to, okay? But that's what it means to take accountability and show up for something. The Queen of Wands decided to defend themselves and their actions. So this is justification. This is like, yeah, I did something bad, but I had a reason to. And also I'm going to lie about this object, item, this thing here, this device. I don't know what it is. Ace of Pentacles. And I'm going to try to defend this instead of be honest about it. Okay, that was their first mistake. Don't try and defend what you did and say, well, I only did it because of this and that. And I had a reason to do this, and I had a reason, but you're still lying. Like, you're lying about something here. The King of Swords. Lying about a King of Swords, or this is a King of Swords also lying, or you're manipulating something about a King of Swords. I don't know. What happened at a house? Four of Wands. What happened at a property with a King of Swords? So why does that keeps coming out? Why is that important that someone here has been lying, okay, manipulating? Or it's the King of, because they're doing it for their relationship, okay? Look, this is like a situation where sometimes you got to choose, okay? You got to make a choice. Do you want to save your own life, or do you want to try and lie for someone else? It kind of looks like either Queen of Wands or the King of Swords, what they decided to do was lie for their relationship and try to defend someone else possibly, or defend their own actions, okay? Something about doing it for the relationship, all right? So now the Three of Pentacles is in reverse. The Ace of Wands. Yeah, okay, so now they want to take action, but nobody's going to work together with them, or there's no solution, or they're stuck. How are they stuck now? Bear. They're stuck now because now they want to be protected in some sort of way. I mean, this even looks like I want immunity, okay? It's like, yeah, I'll tell you I'll tell you a little bit, but I want some sort of deal in return. I want immunity, but they're stuck. There's no deal. Three of Pentacles reverse and the Hangman in reverse. There's not going to be any kind of a deal for any kind of protection at this point because there's been too many lies. I don't know. It kind of feels like that. An official person. Yeah, they're going to be begging the official person for immunity or protection. After they didn't want to tell the truth and they've been lying the whole time, now they're hoping for some sort of protection. Okay. But they didn't give what they were supposed to give. You're telling me you want immunity, you want protection, you're stuck. Nobody's going to work together with you. Nobody's going to give you any kind of a deal because you didn't give what you were supposed to give. Like, this is like, you know, this is like saying, look, we'll offer you a deal, okay? If you tell us everything that you know about everything that ever happened, we could go easy on you. This person takes the deal and then they only tell 20%. That's not the deal, man. I don't know what this is. That was not the deal, okay? Like, no more shortcuts. These people, whoever they are, need to realize no more shortcuts. They're still shortcutting. I don't know why they think that they can still shortcut their way through it. They can't. It's over. Okay? Hanged Man. That's it. Six of Wands. Yeah, the only people that are winning in this situation are the ones that stand to their own morals. Okay? They do the right thing. They follow the laws. All right? They take accountability. Okay? They help bring the illusions to light, the secrets to light. They're ready to leave something behind. They're ready to lose everything. All right, so how many more times? Honestly, this is the theme of the week. There's some people that are just not getting it, okay? Not you, collective. Your enemies, apparently. The only people that win are the ones that are ready to lose everything. Does it mean you're going to lose literally everything in your life? No. It means that you're ready to, for the truth, for doing the right thing, for an oath. Okay, so if you're going to serve God and you want God's blessings, then you need to be ready to lose everything if that's what is required of you, okay? That's the people that win. That's the people that get victory, is the ones that are ready to lose everything, all right? Walk away from everything. You know, and what I mean by that is like, so let's say you're in a family here. This is just an example. You're in a family, okay? And everybody is doing criminal things except for you. You got to be ready. If God says to you, look, we need you to do the right thing in this situation, okay? We need you to go to the police and report everyone. You're probably going to end up losing your family, okay? Or people are going to turn against you. You got to be ready to lose something, right? When you do that, or when God says to you, look, we need you to escape this place. Okay, it's getting dangerous. You need to go somewhere else. You need to be ready to leave all your things behind and do it. That's what I'm talking about. The only people that win are the ones that are ready to lose whatever it is that God requires, because it is for your highest good. It is for your protection. And these are people that are saying, no, I want God's favor, and I want to be on the right side, and I want a deal, and I want God to be, merciful with me, but I'm not ready to lose anything. I don't really want to lose this. I don't really want to lose my relationship. I don't really want to lose, like, again, this energy, Two of Cups. Defending your relationship, defending the person that did something to someone, okay? Lying about certain things so that, hopefully they don't get that bad of a sentence. That's kind of what this is. That's not what God asked you to do. Okay, so the unfortunate thing about these kind of situations, especially if it's a woman, all right, because it's giving me that energy here, Queen of Wands. The unfortunate thing about it is the Queen of Wands has been so busy protecting King of Swords over here, or trying to talk their way out of what King of Swords did, or they've been an accomplice in some sort of way, that they are now taking on the karma of the King of Swords. So let's say only King of Swords was the one that was supposed to go down for something. Queen of Wands has now volunteered themselves to take on King of Swords' karma. They've apparently said, look, I'm ready to go down with you because I just can't sell you out. All right. Or I just want to keep lying about something. So congratulations. Now they're both going to go down. That's their free will choice. But it's like you got to decide if you want to strap yourself to that person. If God says to you, look, King of Swords is about to get thrown out the plane. All right. You want to strap yourself to them, Queen of Wands, go ahead. But why would you? Why would you strap yourself to their karma? But that's kind of what it looks like. Okay, so you know, it is like Spirit says, look, we can save you, Queen of Wands, we can save you, but you got to be ready to let go of this relationship. Queen of Wands says, I'm not ready to let go of the relationship. Okay, well then you just strapped yourself to the person that's getting thrown out of the plane. All right. The Star. Yeah, I don't know. Prophecy maybe. Okay, that's future. That's the prophecy right there. What's going to happen to the Queen of Wands? Whatever happens to the King of Swords, because they decided to strap themselves to them in an effort to save the King. Look, this is like a Queen of Wands throwing herself in front of the King of Swords saying, stop, don't throw them out the plane. Queen of Wands, it's happening, man. You're now strapped to them, though. I mean, you get what I mean? It's like, that's unfortunate. Eight of Wands coming in quickly, okay? The Knight of Pentacles, the strategy, the plan, the long-term plan, okay? The Judgment. That's Judgment. That's Judgment. The Peacock. That's the prophecy, okay? Or that's the Judgment. The King of Pentacles. I don't know. I feel like somebody was supposed to answer the call. A bed, okay? Birds, BB. King of Pentacles, BB. Okay, so the King of Pentacles, their name or their last name could start with the letter B. All right. What about this person? They're a snake. Okay, so this person is a snake. So whoever B is, that person is a snake, a straight up snake. All right. A malicious one. Now, what does the Queen of Wands have to do with this malicious snake here? And this King of Swords. Nine of Cups. They had a choice to make. And they chose themselves. Nine of Cups. They chose to do what's best for them. Unfortunate. Okay, that's unfortunate. Queen of Wands. It looks like God tried to show this person the hand and say, do you want to be saved? And they said, no, I'd rather strap myself to the King of Swords. Okay. The Magician and the Knight of Wands. Why is that here? Stabbed in the back, a soulmate connection. Yeah, they didn't want to stab their King of Swords in the back. All right, so whoever they're in a relationship with, who they're married to, they didn't, maybe they just weren't strong enough to, I don't know. Okay, so they didn't want to stab someone in the back that they've been with for a long time. All right. That's their choice. That's the choice that they made. Okay, that's their choice. There's no second chances, though. It's over. Okay. One thing that someone has to realize, though, is, again, look, no second chances. It's over now. So yeah, unfortunately, there's no chance. There's not going to be a chance to make a different decision. That's the decision that they made in the past. And that's how their karma is about to play out. Okay, strapped to King of Swords. So why is that important here, Spirit? Now this Queen of Wands is sad, depressed, because of the King of Pentacles, Judgment. Because, look, the relationship. They chose the relationship. Okay. Yeah, that was the requirement. Okay, so God said, look, either you lose everything, which includes the relationship, okay, to whoever the King of Swords and the King of Pentacles is. And Queen of Wands did not want to do it. Okay, so that's her choice. This has to do with the King of Pentacles here now, and something happening in the future. Taurus, with the Hierophant being here. Somebody's judgment in the future. The Judgment of the Queen of Wands is kind of giving me that. The choice. They made their choice. Okay, they made their choice. That's their karma. I don't know. Something is coming up in the future. It's their karma. All right. They made the choice that affects their destiny and their fate for the rest of their life. There's no more choice. The choice has already been made. Okay, for the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands, I feel like also now is going to want some sort of mercy, forgiveness, and compassion, but they already chose the King of Swords. They defended the wrong person here. Okay, they played for the wrong team. I don't know. What are you trying to tell the collective with this one here? The King of the King of Swords, her wish fulfillment, okay, or something about an Aquarius, the Star, the King of Cups. Oh man, look, the Devil, okay, the Devil is closing out here. The cycle with the Devil is closing. It's ending right now. And anybody that got paid any kind of money, all right, from this 10 of Pentacles, this bank account, this generational wealth, anybody that got paid money from this account in any kind of way is going down. That cycle is ending out. They're getting left behind. It's closed. So I don't know why the Queen of Wands is here with sadness and grief, because I'm pretty sure this person had received the warning a long time ago to make a choice, and they chose the King of Swords. Okay. So they lied about some sort of a payment, a gift, an item, something material. They lied. Okay, they lied. They didn't give what they were supposed to give. They're not going to get what they want. Okay, rejected. Denied. No, this person needs to do some sort of introspection. Instead, they need to go within. They need to think about something. Okay. The Eight of Pentacles, the plan. Yeah, what they've been working on here the whole time, their plan. The Five of Wands. This has to do with a fight, an argument, somebody being combative here. The Page of Cups, a child, a younger energy, someone attacking someone. The Queen of Pentacles. And the Nine of Wands. 10 of Wands. No, I'm sorry, Queen of Wands. You're going to carry the burden. Queen of Wands is not getting a pardon either, okay? Why? Because they defended something here. They try to defend something or someone. And this has to do with a date. Somebody dating someone new, planning, setting a date. As they're trying to transcend the obstacle here. Ascension. They want to know if they're going to be able to transcend the obstacle, if they're going to get a helping hand out. You already, look, you can't bite the hand that feeds you and then expect another chance. I don't know. They want a wish. Do they get a wish fulfillment? Okay, do they get some sort of a dream? What's the prophecy here? I don't know. Love. They would have had to... No, you didn't choose love. Okay, let's say... Okay. Confusion. You're a little bit confused, Queen of Wands here, about something. Loyalty. All right? This is like someone that thinks, well, I did choose love. I chose to defend and protect the King of Swords here. So I should be forgiven because what I did was for love. I did it out of love. But you're defending and protecting and lying about a criminal. So now the Queen of Wands is wondering, why don't I get a pass? Why don't I get the green light out? What I did was out of love. I did it for love. Yeah, but do you love yourself as much as you love this criminal over here, King of Swords? Okay, because something here about losing everything has something to do with you loving yourself more and wanting to save yourself more than saving someone who is requiring you to lie for them to get them out of something, okay? That's not choosing love. That's actually more coming from like an abandonment wound, okay? So you're choosing this person not out of love, but out of fear of abandonment. You have a fear of loss. You have a fear of losing the person. You're not doing it out of love. You're doing it because you don't want to imagine your life without them. Okay, that's not the same thing. Whatever the Queen of Wands did, it was not out of love. It's not the frequency of love, okay? Because the frequency of love is acceptance, right? Queen of Wands didn't want to accept the situation, didn't want to accept what her husband has done, didn't want to accept that there's going to be consequences. And this is basically like a Queen of Wands sacrificing herself. This is more like anxious attachment than it is about love, if I'm being honest, okay? So someone here is anxiously attached. They don't want to lose the person that they're in a relationship with, even though they're doing the wrong thing. And now they've self-sacrificed themselves, strapping themselves to the person getting thrown out of the airplane, and they're calling it love. It's not love, it's fear of abandonment, okay? And it's a fear of loss. So they did not do what God required of them, which is to face your fear of losing everything. That's the only way this person could have saved themselves, okay, is by loving themselves more than they love someone who brought them into this situation. It's not love, it's anxious attachment. It's not love. What the Queen of Wands did wasn't out of love. It was a fear of loss. Okay. The Four of Swords prayer. Yeah, this is like the Queen of Wands saying, I don't understand, but I did it out of love. I did it because I love that person. That's why I lied for them. That's why I helped them cover everything up. That's why I defended them. That's why I tried to stop them from getting arrested or whatever this is. It wasn't love, though. You didn't do any of those things out of love. You did it out of fear. You did it out of fear. That is the energy of fear. The fear of this person getting caught. The fear of this person getting arrested. The fear of this person getting exposed. That's fear. That's not love. This Queen of Wands didn't do anything out of love. It was fear. Fear for the other person and fear for themselves being alone. Okay? That's not love. Yeah, Five of Pentacles. That's the truth. That's the truth, okay? So the truth here for the Queen of Wands is realizing, I guess, or what they should have realized is that they were required to lose everything, which in this case would have been the King of Swords. How would the Queen of Wands have saved themselves? By releasing the relationship. Freedom. Okay? Freedom. Not doing things out of fear of loss. All right, that's the energy that was operated out of it. It didn't have anything to do with love. Okay, so the truth about losing everything for the Queen of Wands would have been leaving the King of Swords. What they did instead is they didn't want to face the fear of change, fear of loss, fear of abandonment. So they strapped themselves to the person that's getting kicked out of the plane. Okay, that's not what was required, and that's not what God meant when he said do it out of love or do it for love. Okay, do it because you love yourself at the end of the day. I mean, it's kind of an unfortunate situation. Yeah, it's not going to work. Somebody is a repeat offender. Eight of Pentacles reverse. Someone here was a repeat offender, Queen of Wands. Sacrificing yourself to save someone that brought you into this, that is not love. That's not love. That's not love. That's fear and control, okay? And abandonment wounds. That's the message, is the King of Swords, okay? What was the Queen of Wands supposed to walk away from? The King of Swords. What does it mean to lose everything? You lose this relationship. That's what would have been required, okay? Like, is it actually love or is it fear? Okay, I feel like it's fear. The Queen of Wands comes out again. This could be a Queen of Wands Leo, okay, that tried to switch something around here, or they're going back and forth about something. The home, the property. Yeah, look at this. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry, but the burden stays. The burden sticks here. Why? Because somebody needs to go within and really look at themselves, all right? This is going to require some sort of reflection. The Four of Cups, somebody here might feel rejected. It's like, but why, God? I did what you wanted me to do. I did it out of love. It's not love, though. It wasn't love. It was not love. It was not love, okay? You didn't love yourself through it, and whatever is going on with the King of Swords, yeah, you might love this person, okay, but what you did and why you did it wasn't the frequency. It wasn't the intention of love. It was the intention of fear. That's what you're going to have to think about, all right? Is that somebody here self-sacrificed themselves, okay? Yeah, so I don't know what to tell you. Okay, I'm just going to leave it at that. I hope this helps, guys, and until next time. Bye.